Good afternoon, Track Gang. It happens to be Sunday, August 14th, and welcome to episode 32. As you all know, last weekend, Big John was over, and actually last week, I was going to work on, or I had tried to work on, my Rivrossi passenger cars. These guys, which went absolutely sideways. Now, one of the things that I was working on was putting in these 505 couplers. What this is and what this is supposed to do is you're supposed to mount these to the truck like that, and they're supposed to go back on the car. Well, if I put this where they say to put it, that's where the coupler ends up. Way short. Even if I went ahead and did what I did, which was put an extra hole into the truck to kind of make up for it, it still doesn't come out far enough to where it would make sense to even try this. Like I was saying the other day, I've got a bead on another set of passenger cars. It's a set of Atherons, which are obviously a lot better than this. That's one thing. And then, of course, I was thinking, well, wait a minute. I wonder if there's a way that I could mount the coupler box straight to the car. And in looking at it, it's feasible, but I'm not 100% certain it's going to end up at the right height. First problem. Second problem is I would need to shim the living heck out of this in order to get it to where it needs to be. So, I'm actually going to give that a quick shot and see what happens, because we're trying to get away from these guys. This is a McHenry coupler. I don't know what number it is. I really don't care, because it's a piece of crap. So, like I said, I'm going to mess around with this a little bit more and see what I can come up with. Fixing the pin problem. This is going to be hard as heck to show. That between my fingers is the pin that is supposed to go inside the truck and into the bottom of the car. It actually goes into that little hole there. I broke one of them, and I know that it's not going to be even close to thick enough to be able to put it back in. So I do have a way that I could possibly fix that. Actually did it before, and that is actually put a screw into it and see if that works. But yeah, I really don't know what else I'm going to do with this. Like I said, I'm going to give this a shot, see if I can shim it up a little bit, and see if I can get these to sort of, I guess, for lack of a better term, float underneath the car and hope that they're the right height when I get done. That's going to be the other trick, is are they going to be the right height? So let me go ahead and mess with this for a little bit, and we'll be back. Sometimes the necessity is the mother of invention. It may not look like much, but that is the fix. Shimmed it up, put a screw right into the body, and it appears as though it's going to be okay. Now, the only issue that I might have is with the length of these cars going around corners. I may end up having to take that screw out and put in something a little bit longer so that that whole box can swing. Which is what I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up having to do. Because I don't think that that's going to work in that way. I think it needs to be. I think they need to be, and not only that, but I think it needs to go back just a little bit. But I've got some adjustment room there, so I'm going to go ahead and look at the other car now and see what I can do with it. I'm still not happy with these cars, to be honest. I mean, like I said, I've had issues with them in the past. It's kind of one of the reasons why I'm looking for another set of passenger cars for this train. So I'll go ahead and fiddle with the other car, and we'll see what we get. So we'll be back. Well, it's not perfect, but they do roll, and I've already had them around the track once. I'm still not 100% happy with how that went, and I actually created an issue when I did this, and that is the fact that these are not designed to do what I've got them doing. And I was just looking, and they actually have a set of couplers that would do what I'm trying to do here, and they are called swing couplers, where the whole pocket swings. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think I'm still going to see if I can't track down another set of passenger cars first and decommission these guys, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're out here at the layout still because, well, I tested those cars. I'm not happy with them. I'm still looking to see if I can find myself another set. It looks like the set that I'm after is going to end up probably out of my price range, so it is what it is. I'll figure something out, but that'll come at some point. Before I get too much further, I mentioned on my community page that I had issues with the camera, and it has to do with the batteries or the battery that's in there. And then it hit me. Dingbat, you've got an external power supply. This guy. This is it's an Energizer battery pack. It's a USB power pack, or battery pack. And unfortunately, the actual serial number, or the model number is on here. UE 2001 SPQ. It's got two outputs for USB, and because of the fact of the lighting down here, I really don't need the ring light all the time. So what I've done is I found myself another USB adapter to plug into the back of the camera and then into the battery pack. And of course, when I do that, I turn the battery pack on and the camera is charging. Or really, in reality, what it's doing is it's sucking power from this thing, which is perfectly fine. Because this thing doesn't seem to, knock on wood, drain very fast. And even at that, once I'm done doing any recording down here, I can take this, put it back on my desk, plug the other USB back into it, let it charge overnight, and it's ready to go the next day. So that's kind of nice. Now, I do have some more stuff back at the bench that I'm going to mess with. I was going to do that yesterday, but because it's a shared room, we also had laundry going last night, or yesterday afternoon, so I couldn't really record back there very well. So I think I'm going to go back there and try and work on some of the other stuff. So let's head back to the bench. Stop. Well, to be honest, the first thing I needed to do back here before I could do anything is to do a little bit of cleanup because, well, things are a little bit of a mess. From all the... You gotta be kidding me. Really? My crazy glue is glued shut somehow. Not quite sure how that happened. But at any rate, so what I've got back here, and the first thing I wanted to work on, but because in fact I can't get my glue open, I'll have to wait. The end of this car got messed up again, so I gotta do a glue job on that. Let's see, what else have we got in here? Oh, this will be somewhat easy. We have a BCOL car, British Columbia Railway. The coupler came off. That'll be should be a fairly simple fix. As soon as I find the screw and the coupler and the coupler box cover, which I happen to have all the parts here. So let's swing down here a minute. There we go. Yeah, I know, Ron, you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, it figures I'll just put the screwdriver back. That's the big one. I don't need the big one. I need a... No. That's the one I need. See, I told you the bench was a mess. I don't even know where the heck my screwdrivers are. Because of all the other repair work that I was doing back here the other night on those passenger cars. As we've already talked about that going absolutely sideways. That looks about right. I'm gonna get this stupid little screw. No one wouldn't figure. The current screw is magnetized. It would be really helpful if I didn't have issues with my arm at the moment. I've had a, I guess for lack of a better term, a stinger on my right shoulder. There we go. That's back together. It's way too tight. Back it off a quarter turn. There we go. That one rocks, that one doesn't, but that one there spins. Okay, good. Onto the test track. I think I see why this one came loose. Alright. There we go. That's better. Just double checking. If you're wondering, it's actually back here. I've got my 80 coupler height gauge sitting there, so I just tested that side. And that side's still too low. And it's not so much the coupler. The couplers are the right height. it's the trip pin that was too low, and now we're perfect. Okay, cool. So that card can go back in the box. That one's ready to go back out. All right, now we get another coupler issue. On this Carnation car, which has been heavily modified. I think this was an old pen line at one point. And as I suspected, the coupler box cover is a little bent. That's the reason why this one came apart. There we go. I heard that one snap in place. And again, of course, this one here is a bit of an anomaly because this has actually got the old, actually sprung trucks on it. Alright. That looks good. And that one looks good. Until the truck comes off. Great. We're going to find the truck and the screw, so we'll be back. Okay, so I fixed the other car. Believe it or not, but the screw actually stayed with it, so that was rather amazing. Okay, now this guy, the issue that he has is the fact that the pilot truck spring has come out yet again. This is an easy repair, except for the fact that I wish I knew why the spring doesn't want to stay put once it's back in here. And of course, getting it to where I can actually pick it up and get it back in here. There we go. Got it. Like I said, now if I could just figure out a way of keeping it in place, it would be great. But for whatever reason, it likes to pop out. But, and I think one of the things that needs to be done is you probably need to make sure that you pick up the pilot truck when you pick up the rest of the locomotive. So, that's fixed. Everything in the box is basically taken care of now. I do have one locomotive that I'm going to have to dig in deeper on. We're not going to show that tonight, but that's what we've got for the moment. Okay, so here it is. It's now Thursday. I think it's the 18th. It is the 18th. I'm good. It's Thursday the 18th. Got to see some of the repair work that was done. That's really all I've gotten done this week. I mentioned that I had a bead on another set of Baltimore and Ohio passenger cars. Well, that kind of fell through. Whoever got it got a heck of a deal. As far as I'm concerned, it was more than I was willing to pay. So I just decided to back off. I think that whoever got it ended up paying like $60-some for it, and they still had to pay $14 in shipping. So, like I said, about $11 a car, probably not too bad, but like I said, it was just a little bit more than what I wanted to go for. So, 500 subscriber contest. We've got 60 people so far that are in. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put the link in down below. Go back and watch the video and do it as it says to be entered into the 500 subscriber contest. I am going to try to put out another video this weekend talking about the fall meet and greet, or the quasi meet and greet, or whatever you want to call it. But that'll be coming. I'm not sure which day it's going to come out, so hopefully you get notifications from me. I'll go ahead and also put something up on the community part of my YouTube page. One other thing I wanted to mention, and that is if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to link a video in the description over to Rick Bailey's channel, the Foltz Bailey Model Railroad. He built the building for me, and he did a hell of a job. He really did a hell of a job. I mean, that turned out awesome as far as I'm concerned. He made an old salt tear up. Let's put it that way. So you all know the deal. Wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time. Be safe. God bless. We'll see ya.